Good morning, students. And I inspire you to learn the first lesson from 12th textbook, that is An Astrologer's Day. I hope you will enjoy the summary of this lesson during the lockdown period because of COVID-19. An Astrologer's Day is written by R.K. Narayan, taken from Malgudi Days novel, One Collection of Stories. R.K. Narayan's full name is Raispuram Krishnaswamy Iyer Narayan Swamy, generally known as R.K. Narayan, a famous novelist, India's well-known English writer. His writing style is attracting many people, and many more novels are written by him, namely Swami and His Friends, The Bachelor of Arts, An Astrologer's Day, Waiting for the Mahatma, The Guide, and so on. To tell you students, there is a movie based to this novel Guide, and the movie name is also Guide. Now, come to the topic, An Astrologer's Day. The character astrologer description is given that he spreads out the mat with cowrie shells, charts, and many more equipments of his business. The location of the story is Town Hall Park, Market. The astrologer is sitting under the tamarind tree. In front of him is a small street. From there, many people come and go. Many tents are there in the market. Many sellers, many vendors are there in the market. This astrologer has spread his mat, which consisted of many equipments, kept as the astrologer needs them. Example, charts, garlands, pancham, cowrie shells, etc. The writer tells us in the first phase about the market, which is full of crowd moving up and down through this narrow road from morning to night. A variety of traders, trade, occupations represented all along its way. Medicine sellers, sellers of stolen hardware, magician, and above all, auctioneer of cheap clothes, who create enough din all way to attract people, the whole town. Next to him, vociferousness keep vendor groundnut, who gave him were fancy name Bombay ice cream, the next day Delhi almond, and the third day Raja delicacy, and so on. People flocked to him. A considerable portion of this crowd visited the astrologer too. The astrologer transacted his business by the light of flare which crackled and smoke up above the groundnut here nearby. In this market, we will find business men of cloth, merchant of groceries, sellers of grains, fruit sellers, vegetable sellers, and few are gamblers making fuss and take the opportunity to rob. Everything is going on, and the astrologer, during that time, there were no facility of electricity. This is before 1945, so people use lanterns. But the astrologer is not having his own lamp. Next to him, the groundnut seller and other businessmen having their own lanterns. And the astrologer used to manage with their lanterns. Light in evening time. Astrologer was having a benefit in the evening hours in dim light. Astrologer's own story is very interesting as he was having less knowledge in astrology as common people. Then also this man started telling people their fortune with great confidence. How he tells the fortune of a person is as follows. He had left his village without any thought or plan. If he had continued there, he would have carried on the work of his forefather. Astrologer is a migrant in this new village. If he could have been in his own village, he would have done farming. But because of one bad incident, he has to leave the village and become an astrologer. His appearance is with long beard, garlands round the neck, forehead with sacred ash, and looking mysterious. Such kind of people should be mysterious for the business. Whenever any customer comes in front of him and spreads his hand to tell the fortune, in such time astrologer doesn't know anything, but his guesswork is very perfect. Logic is superb. He understands the people in front of him, and one condition of astrologer is that for 10 to 15 minutes he doesn't talk with him and gets the details from the customer and makes a story related to the customer's problems. This is his method. Many of guests are perfect with the customer's problem, and so you are not getting good results. In life, people make efforts, and in that proportion they don't get fruit. If I say the students of 12th class that you are studying hard but the result is low, you will say yes. Same happens with 9 out of 10 customers. In this way, the astrologer used to tell fortune of the people. To few people, he used to tell that in your life there is one lady, because of her you can't success in life. You fail in your life. Same happens in many students' life. In their life, someone is there, because of that they are not able to concentrate. In this manner, his total prediction, that is forecast, has 3 reasons. The first one is personal experience. Second is guess power. And the third is face reading of customer. In this way, his business was going in full rush. Astrologer is a married man with wife and children. Evening hours, he used to go home after his business. But one day, what happened? 2 people came and stood in front of him. It was sunset time. It was darkening, but this astrologer thought that he can manage these customers, so he halted them to know their fortune. Out of that 2, one is arrogant manner and said, if you are telling the truth and the prediction is right, then only we will listen, and we have few conditions. Astrologer requested them to listen, but he said, you have to listen to me. We both will give you 5 rupees. The worth of this rupees was more during that time, that is 1945. We will give you 5 rupees if you tell the truth. But if you are found telling lies, fake, Then you have to refund our 5 rupees. At last, with hesitation, agreed the condition and starts telling, but in between, out of these two, one had the habit of smoking, that is cheroot. He lights the matchbox, and in that light, astrologer sees the face of the man who smokes, and by seeing the face of the man, astrologer is stunned, and with fear there is a change in astrologer's face. Immediately, astrologer says that time is too much. Now it's time to me to go home. What deal has taken place between us? I take it back and I will tell you afterwards your fortune in leisure time. But the two customers are not ready to agree. Out of the two, one holds his hand and says, bet is bet. You will have to complete it, otherwise we will carry the today's amount and send you empty hand. Evening time. People started departing from the bazaar. To their home, crowd has reduced. Groundnut seller also departed. Next to him, one businessman. He also departed. Now it's totally dark in market. Astrologer is looking frightened and worried again. There is some bargain between them, and astrologer agrees to tell fortune with great courage and confidence. Again, the astrologer tells the customer that there was one lady in your life, the same which he told to many other customers. But one of them stops him and says, we have not come here to listen your bluffs and blunders. If reality is there in your forecast, then only we will leave you, otherwise we will snatch your money and you will lose the bet. Astrologer starts telling the one person who was willing to know his fortune that once upon a time somebody tried to kill you by pushing you in the well and stab you by a knife. The man is startled and said, yes. Now tell the next. Astrologer says that during the night time you quarrel with him and that person banged you. From that day onwards you are running. He said, this is true. But tell the next. The astrologer said, your name is Guru Nayak and you are searching for your killer. This is also true. But tell me where I'll get the man. The customer man asked the astrologer that how you will know my name. Astrologer says, when I knew all this means I know your name as I am astrologer. The customer person Guru Nayak asked the astrologer where I will get that killer. I want to kill him because he tried to kill me. Astrologer says he will meet you in the heaven. Why? Because few months ago he died in an accident. After listening this, Guru Nayak gets disappointed and feels satisfied by the news. But I wanted to kill him by my own hands. Astrologer says he is dead. Guru Nayak was accompanied with another person. His name is not known. He says, it's okay. What he deserves is punished in that manner. Astrologer says further that you wanted to take revenge. He died long ago. And he is not on this universe. The astrologer says that today also there is some danger in your life. So I suggest you not to come in southern direction villages. And you can't escape from death threat. Guru Nanak said, why will I come? I was in search of my killer, but he is dead now. I will stay back in my own village. Astrologer says tonight, itself board the train and go back to your village, and tells him not to come in this direction. Guru Nanak and his friend gave money in the hands of astrologer, and the astrologer walks towards the home. He went home at midnight, 12. His wife waiting for him asked him, why are you late today? Astrologer says, lengthy story I will tell you during leisure hours, and let's get in. Then astrologer tells his wife long ago when he was young, he was with his friend, both of them drunk wine, and in intoxication they quarreled with each other. In that quarrel, he stabbed his friend with knife and pushed him in the well. Thereafter, the astrologer ran away from that village as he killed his friend and pushed him in a well. With this thought, I ran away, and thereafter I married with you and settled here as an astrologer. But today there is a sigh of relief in my heart. I thought I killed an innocent person and I have to accept the sin, but seeing him alive, I felt relief because he is alive, as the passerbyers saved his life. Because of this reason, astrologer was able to tell Guru Nanak the past and try to tell the future, that they should not come face to face. This is the story of R.K. Narayan, an astrologer's day.